What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of this Pentagon Challenge. Today we have the Shanghai Derby in the Super League. Can we get one over on our city rivals, the big hitters? We're top of the table, they're languishing down in 5th. Can we get the job done away from home? Let's get into it. So then, guys, this is what you've missed since you were last with me. You were here for the game against Shandong, where ultimately I feel we were completely robbed. Couple disallowed goals, penalty appeal turned down. Against what is the best team in China. Let's make no bones about it. They are the best team in China, have won the league a decent amount out of the last couple of years. After that, we took on the team from Beijing in the AFC Champions League second round. We lost the game away from home, but we lost 3-2, so 2 important away goals. We rotated the team here for the game against China Fortune, still got the victory. Then we played Beijing again in the home leg, and we managed to win that 1-2-1. So despite the results being the same, we go through on away goals just about. Then we continued in the league, 4 wins on the spin in the league, which has been pretty nice against Yatai, BJBSU, Henan is all I'm going to say, and then Everbright as well. We then took on the other team from Beijing in the quarterfinals of the Chinese FA Cup, so we advanced in that one as well through to the final. Then we took on Greentown, beat them 1-0, Basoli on the score sheet again. Then we took on Tida and drew 0-0. So we're still very consistent in the league, dropping points here every now and again, but it's usually against the bigger teams, nothing too difficult to worry about. But today we take on Shanghai, the other team from Shanghai, in league action. If we jump over to the league section, you can take a look at the table as things are. Obviously, as I mentioned, Shandong won the league the last 3 years, so you can kind of see why they are one of the best teams in China, as I mentioned previously. We are top of the table, though. 16 games played, 13 wins, 3 draws, no losses, 35 goals scored, 9 goals against. Pretty solid goal difference of plus 26 as well, 42 points from the available options. We're doing pretty well. Shanghai just outside the playoffs, just outside the Champions League places. And we need to kind of keep it that way. We are away from home. They've lost 6 times already this season, including at our stadium, 2-1, sorry. That was 1 goal margin. I think all in all, guys, things are going pretty well. If we go over to the competitions tab, this is where things get interesting now. So we are in the semi-final of the Chinese FA Cup. We are taking on Henan. It's probably going to be ourselves versus Beijing in the final. But you never know. DL Pro are a good team. They've actually got Ryan Shirky, Sergino Dents, and who is our other one? I think they play this guy, Savio. Oh, I need to reset this again. It seems like every time I come to do an episode of this is in the wrong order, because I get to a point where I can save get ready to save an episode, and then go again. So this is where he is right now. These are one of the players that they've got. So they've got some good players, but it's the AFC Champions League that I wanted to talk to you about. So we did avoid some of the bigger teams, but we did come up against Ulsan Hyundai, who we did lose to in pre-season, but that was a what's it called? Testimonial match. So despite losing, I'm not actually too worried. We start off over in Korea, so again we can see if we can get ourselves on that score sheet for the all-important away goal. Australia Derby, Sydney FC versus Melbourne. It's some stiff competition here. I think in terms of this Champions League, they did win it a couple years ago. They've won it a couple times in recent memory, and the Chinese team was Shandong, who won it 2 seasons ago. So there's a little bit more to play for. It's going to be an interesting one as to when we play them as well. I will bring you guys back for that double header. That will be the next episode, the away leg, and then obviously the home leg, but we'll get to that in a minute. It is time for the Shanghai Derby. Let's go into the fixtures. Let's go into the tactical meeting. They want me to make changes all over the shop. I will acknowledge all of those. I leave a lot of this down. I say a lot of this. I leave some of this down to my assistant in terms of the lineup. He knows the team just as well as I do. So the foreign players in today's game are Varhol, Stemanec, who's actually coming back from massive injury, Vinagre, and obviously Basoli. A shout out to Stemanec. he has actually done very well since he's come back from his injury. 5 appearances for us, 3 goals, 2 assists in the Chinese Super League. He's done very, very well. Averaging a 7.34 as well. It's fantastic for a player who has just come off a very serious injury. What has he done? Damaged his Achilles tendon, and he was out for 4 months. So he's still recovering, but we're playing quite well. We're playing quite nicely at the moment. Defense needs some work, but as you can see, we've got some suspensions and some injuries in some key areas. So let's submit this team. Let's get into the game. Shanghai versus Shanghai. Can we get the result that we need? That is the big question. I'm going to say that it has us above them in the standings, and that is where we should be. They've got Gonzalez and they got Bojan Ja. Did I see that right? They are their real players. We are in the blue, they are in the red. Can we maintain our lead at the top of the table? We are currently 4 points ahead of Beijing. However, we both do play today, but the team from Beijing are at home. So first highlight then potentially of the game. It goes in our favour potentially. Varhol out to the right back. Cross comes over. Goalkeeper just flaps at that wildly, but they managed to get the ball clear. Out to Wang on the left-hand side. He shoots through my goalkeeper and scores his 12th goal of the season. Wang Ji made the goal. Here's Wang Ji with the pass. Goes out to the right-hand side, and this is just shocking defending, and even worse goalkeeper. And there's no defender in sight. And he just hits it effectively through where my goalkeeper stood, and we go a goal down. And Beijing take the lead, so they close the lead. Beijing take the lead, which means they close the gap at the top of the league, and that's another goal, isn't it? Peng Jun with his 3rd goal of the season. 2 goals inside 5 minutes against us here. Goalkeeper beating his near post. Goalkeeper not covering himself in glory here. We don't need to see that again. That's awful, awful defending from us. 2 shots on target for the opposition and 2 goals. Are you going to make it 3 from 3? Yes, you are, of course. Why wouldn't you? Oh. I think we've conceded 3 goals in 5 in-game minutes. He's just completely unmarked. Goalkeeper getting nowhere near it. Wow. 3 shots, 3 on target, 3 goals. Han Hui gets one back for us from a set piece. It's an error from the goalkeeper. I think this goalkeeper is quite suspect. So maybe we can get back into this game. He comes to try and claim that, doesn't, gets beaten in the air by our man. But from the 13th minute to the 20th minute, so 7 in-game minutes, is just absolutely ridiculous that we are being battered in this way. This capacity. Goalkeeper getting nowhere near it. They've got another chance here. Goalkeeper absolutely stiff arms one and then recovers. You know what, boys? We're going to go very attacking. We're the better side. We're having more possession. Let's put some pressure on Li Fan in the opposition goal net, shall we? Win that header. Good. Goes back to his goalkeeper. This is where the goalkeeper distribution is kind of key. I'd be hoping to intercept, but it seems like it's not going to happen. Boyan Jia, our defender, just runs out of the way. Who are you? Let me click on you. That's the guy who scored the goal. Right, okay. We are going to be far from pleased. That seems to have motivated everybody. But Soli's not actually touched the ball that I've seen today. Stemanec been bad. Vinagre bad. Varhol bad. So all in all, our international players not doing the job that they need to do. Cross to the far post is intercepted. And they're going to counter again. We don't get the interception. This guy's going to score a hat-trick. Tame shot from him compared to the first 2 that we've had from him. The first one a cross goal and the second one just absolutely just rifling in the goal. I'm just completely lost for words, guys. We've been playing really, really well up until this point. I think this is going to be our first defeat of the season. Unless we pull something out the bag here. And of course not, this guy gets his 3rd goal of the game. 14th goal of the season. Hat-trick for him. He's scored basically the same goal 3 times. The ball's just gone to him and he's hit it across my goalkeeper. Absolutely devastating. We are 4-1 down at our City rivals and we are just playing absolute dross. This is awful. Genuinely awful. Ball up to Bissoli, doesn't win it in the air. The only thing that could make this worse is a sending off or 2 or a massive injury. Wang Ji, we're just getting nowhere near them. For a team that usually presses their opponents to death when they don't have the ball, it's just bad. Like, look at that, it's just bad challenge. Interception, right, good. Vinagre Jr. out to Stemenech. Into Bissoli. Come on, Lorenzo. 7 shots in total, 7 on target for the opposition, 4 goals out of that. Goalkeeper's having a stinker for us. Defence also having a very, very poor game. Right, let's try and get the ball out quickly then, shall we? You've caught it from the set piece, from the corner. Bissoli wins that header, does he? Nice. Back to us, out to the right-hand side, out to Bissoli then. Into the penalty area goes the Italian. He goes down as soft. It's never a penalty. Lorenzo, you are better than that. Here comes Wang, our own Wang. Cross comes over. Bissoli, goal. Is he offside? Yes, of course he is, because it wouldn't be an episode that I am bringing you right now in this Pentagon challenge without at least 1 goal disallowed for offside. It seems like the last 3 or 4 episodes there's always been a goal disallowed for offside, and naturally it happens again here. Chalks it off, goes back to 4-1. I've got to have a look at how good this guy is. Like, he's just not good, is he? He's got 4 finishing. He scored a bloody hat-trick. Stemenech is going to have to come off. Half of our team is exhausted here. Let's take you off and bring on Fu. Let's make that substitution as well. And then Stemenech is going to have to come off for somebody. And I don't quite know who. Let's make those changes. Varhol can go as the advanced playmaker. He can't play there. He's a central midfielder, but he's going to have to get the game done from that position. Into Fu then. Into Bissoli. Goal in the back of the net. It's offside again. Oh my God. This is a constant theme. Another disallowed goal for offside. In the last 2 games that I've shown you guys, we've had 5 goals disallowed for offside. I mean, he is offside, but like, it's just crazy the fine margins that we find ourselves in at the moment to find ourselves 4-1 down. Ball into Fu, into the penalty area, back to Fu. Cross comes over. Well, right, okay. Yang gets us a goal back into the game. Fu with an assist off the bench. I like that he's gone and got the ball, but I think it's a little bit too little too late now to leave it for the 75th minute. We need a goal in the next couple minutes if we're gonna do anything here. We're still on that very attacking mentality, and it doesn't seem like anything's changed at all. Opportunity here then, maybe for a counter. Wallace, if we can get an interception, maybe. But ultimately, guys, this has been a absolutely abysmal performance, and our first defeat of the season. It's not even like we've played well and got beaten unluckily. Like, the goalkeeper waited until we conceded 4 until he started making saves, which is just not acceptable. Goes for the long one. Bissoli wins it in the air, knocks it down to Fu. We need a goal now if anything is going to happen here. And he goes back to the right back. Back up the line to Fu. Gets tackled. Right back picks up the loose ball, though. Cross comes over. Varhol gets another one. Recovers it to 4-3. He gets the ball, brings it back to the halfway line. I think this is the game over, but there's maybe another chance in it if this is Football Manager. It doesn't look like there is. And that is full time. We lose 4-3. That's not as bad as it should have been. I'm still very annoyed though. A couple disallowed goals as well. I'm frustrated. Far from pleased with the result. Hammer the team. Bissoli didn't turn up. First time in a long time he's not turned up. and they close the gap at the top of the league. Beijing win their games 3-0. We lose 4-3. It's our first defeat of the season, so we're not going undefeated, and it doesn't get any easier because we've got DL Pro coming up next as well. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is we're going to jump into the schedule. I will bring you back. It's going to be a double header episode for this game against Ulsan Hyundai. In the AFC Champions League quarterfinals against one of the biggest teams in Korea. But that's where I'm going to leave things. If you have enjoyed today's episode, guys, don't forget to drop a like on it down below and subscribe if you are new around here for daily Football Manager content. We're still going until this series is over. We still upload episodes. But until next time, guys, take care, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you very soon.